Sometime last week, we covered the extreme backlash that Wallo was getting for comments he made about black businesses during a business conference that was being ran by my guy, Mr. Phenomenal. Now, a lot of people had issue with what Wallo stated.
I'm black. No black people. Nobody gives a out there. Kill that. How? Either you got a good business or you don't. All that. Nobody want to hear that. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material good? Come on. Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people. No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah, man. Fuck what color you is. I'm spending my money. Y'all got the paper? I'm gonna spend the millions where the I want to spend it at. Brothers, Porsche, Ferrari, I'm going to do what the I want to do while I'm here. But I'm going to tell you one thing, I ain't going to be finessed off some black shit. But one thing about it, 70% of you is not going to make it. I'm not no motivational speaker that talk this dumb shit. I'm the #1 in the country. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I made millions, and I made millionaires, baby. You understand? I come from the ghetto.
I personally didn't find not one thing wrong with what Wallo said, but a lot of people did, and he got a lot of backlash. But a few days went by, it felt like it was slowing down, but then Tariq Nasheed picked up the story, and he was able to galvanize a lot of people to go against Wallo. Now, Tariq Nasheed had a huge issue with what Wallo said about black businesses at the business conference. And here's what Tariq Nasheed had to say.
So I already know where that bullshit comes from. But the thing is, a lot of people like Wallo and others who try to overcompensate to appear objective. See, when black folks start over criticizing black businesses to appear like they're fair and non-biased, they think that being extra harsh is going to show that they're not playing favorites. But yeah, they don't apply the same objectivity to Arabs, Asians, or white businesses. They don't. They can sit up and pretend they do. They don't. I don't want to hear how bad a black business is, yet you go to the janky Chinese corner store, their ain't really popping like that all the time. You go to the Asian nail shop, they got buckets of water and a mop in the back. It's not a pristine place. You know, they do your nails good, which is cool. But it's with black businesses, boy, everything, the floor has to be swept. Everything has to be in pristine condition.
Tariq, my guy, man. But I found this super hilarious because when the Wallo clip began to go viral, he shared a picture of Wallo with the title, "Where is Wallo's family from?" So Tariq Nasheed and them was trying to pass off Wallo as an immigrant, as a non-FBA, and they was trying to say that because he's a non-FBA, he's attacking Black American businesses. But then they had to find out that no, Tariq, no, like Wallo is not from Africa. He's not Jamaican. No, Wallo is from Philadelphia. He's Black American. So yeah, I just thought this was hilarious, man. But I feel like Tariq Nasheed, again, respectfully, because I like Tariq Nasheed, I think he's wrong on this situation because with Wallo is speaking about the expectation. A black business will look you in your eyes and say, you're supposed to shop here instead of there because I'm a black owned business. Wallo is saying that's not enough. You have to give me something that's valuable for my dollar. When I give you this $100, whatever you give me back has to be a mutual transaction. So when people go to, let's say, like the Asian nail shop, they usually leave that nail shop satisfied that their nails is done right. And they probably would ignore the other sanitary issues. So, like, he's just speaking about how being a black business is not enough. You have to come with something else. And I feel like people who are anti that message are people who want for a black business having the title of a black business to be enough and having no standards or no requirement for our own. And I think that's unfair, especially when it comes to me giving my dollar away.
For you to not shit on it, because the minute there's one little flaw, the black business gets shit on, and that we don't do that. I don't co-sign that. I don't co-sign that at all. And look, there's some people who do all of this stuff to be performative. They have a desire to please the dominant society. So they see like anti-black commentary as a way to gain approval from white audiences. So bashing black businesses, especially on public platforms, that's a sign of buffoonery to audition for the dominant society a lot of times because they understand that's what the dominant society want to hear. And let's be real, there's a lot of people who got an ingrained respect for white or non-black institutions, and they simply don't give them the same criticism. You don't. I don't want to hear about how black businesses ain't doing this, black business don't be doing that. Listen,
I've noticed a trend whenever somebody black have a critique of black people, it always get treated as, oh, you only doing it because the white man put you up to it. Oh, you were trying. Yo, it's always treated as they're being put up to it, as if you can't have your own opinion, as if you having an opinion always has to be centered around whiteness when that's not always the case. No, like not everybody is walking around Earth trying to appease the white folks, bro. Some people just have their own opinions. Now, this man is at a business conference with a bunch of black folks in the building, giving them advice on how to run a reputable and a good business. He's telling them, "Hey, bruh, if you are a black owned business, stop relying on a title of black owned business to acquire customers. Offer something that's unique to the market." So he was giving game to black entrepreneurs. I don't think he was trying to cater to white folks, right? Because bro, he could have gone to like a white business conference and told them that if that was the case. But no, he was giving game to black entrepreneurs, and he ain't even know he was being recorded. He was just speaking to an audience.
family, I want y'all to listen to me. Y'all asses go to McDonald's. McDonald's messes up your order every goddamn time you go. All right? McDonald's, their ice cream machine never works. They're infamous for not having the ice cream machine working in many locations. They mess up your order. They don't put the right amount of fries in there. They mess your order up all the time. You still take your ass back to them. All right? Let's stop it. Every single one of you, you done been to McDonald's, they done mess your damn order up multiple times. And you know it. I had McDonald's mess up one of my orders a week or so ago. I had a fillet of fish and they didn't put the shit in there. You go to Popeye, some of they misplace your shit, put it in the bag. They do it all the time. You go back. Now, if a black restaurant, they don't put enough forks and spoons. Oh man, but I ain't never going back to this bullshit. Hell no, nigga. Hell damn, nigga. Let me write me a Yelp review about these niggas. That's something else.
Asking startup black companies to expect the same brand credibility as established businesses to me is just setting them up to fail. Yeah, people would probably give McDonald's a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th chance because McDonald's have built brand credibility over the last 50 years or so. Yeah, somebody might give Gucci, the benefit of the doubt after the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, because they've built brand equity in the market, right? They've built credibility among consumers. If you are a new business, if you're somebody who is brand new, who we don't know, and it's my first time walking into your shop and you give me horrible customer service, you get my order wrong, well, guess what? I don't, bro, I ain't had 50 years of pleasant experiences with you, bruh. This is my first time in your restaurant. I'm probably gonna say, you know what? I'm probably not coming back. Opposed to, if Wallo is 40 years old, he probably has about 40 years of positive experiences at McDonald's. That sometimes can be a hit or miss, right? But those childhood memories, those memories as an adult, 40 years of memories build credibility for a brand. A black owned business should never walk out the house thinking I can mess up.
That's something else. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, we're not. The black businesses ain't gonna be on trial all the time. You just got to be the perfect business. No, 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 no. Yeah, that misplaced standard of perfection. Yeah, black businesses, you expect them to be flawless from day one. with limited resources. That's the thing. They get limited resources. While white businesses and Asian businesses and others, they can go through trial and error. Nobody bats an eye, but that perfection expectation is an unfair narrative. It's rooted in the belief that black failure confirms racial stereotypes. And then people get into these performative respectability politics when it comes to black folks. This whole narrative that public shaming will motivate black business to do better. No, it won't. That's you just trying to get brownie points from white folks. That approach is not applied to other communities.
Why do everything have to be centered around white people? How come we can't have discussions that are honest, raw, and pure with our own? Because this wasn't an event that was being thrown by a white man. This event was being thrown by Mr. Phenomenal, a personal friend of mine, who's black, by the way. Who's a black millionaire. How come we can't have conversations among ourselves that are raw and honest and pure without it being centered around whiteness, right? Like, yo, if I give a compliment to one of my own, you're not gonna say, yo, oh man, you only gave that compliment because you're trying to suck up to white folks. But when I give a critique is, no matter how valid the critique is, no matter how true and honest the critique is, hey, bruh, that critique is centered around you trying to like get cozy to white folks. Yo, that's just a bad message to send to me because essentially what we're saying is no form of accountability is okay. No form of critique is okay. If you are a black owned business and you're doing things the wrong way, we gotta shut up, give you our dollars, and be quiet, or else we're working for white supremacists and we're trying to butter up to the system. Yo, that's not fair, bro. Like that's not fair to me at all, man. And yeah, yo, we do understand, that some black owned businesses struggle because they have limited resources. Yeah. But even with limited resources, bro, there are certain things that are supposed to be on point, like customer service is supposed to be on point. If you're offering a service, hey, yo, maybe you don't have enough resources to meet the masses, but you should treat every customer with dignity and respect. Those are things that, hey, bro, when you walk into some black-owned businesses, bro, man, they ain't greeting you is rude. Feel me? But that's some. There are other very good black-owned businesses too, but I feel like limited resources is a conversation to be had, but it's not an excuse for everything, bro. Because customer service is free.
You understand? Yeah, because it's not about really trying to fix them. It's about people just trying to get clout low key. But listen, a lot of people, they have disdain for the black community when they do all of these weird criticism. They just have disdain for the black community. Let's get real with it. Notice a lot of these people who get on social media and their whole shtick is tough love to the black community. They just gonna talk a gang of about how the black community ain't worth a damn, black businesses ain't worth a damn, the black community is lazy, all these people with all of these critiques about the black community. You notice something? A lot of them have these real weird criminal records. Mm, You notice that? A lot of these people have these criminal records. I mean, long, crazy criminal records where they've done some significant time in prison. There's a few people like that. Wallow's one of these guys. From what I understand, he did some time in prison. So if you're coming from that side of the tracks, what type of black people are you interacting with? You understand? If those are the sides of the tracks you're coming from, what type of black people have you been interacting with? You've been interacting with cutthroats and scammers and the dregs of society. So that's the lens you're viewing black society under.
If Wallo would have painted a broad brush of these black-owned businesses suck, these black-owned businesses have poor customer service, then I can understand why you would say that his experiences with sketchy people is tainting his view. But no, he just says, "Hey, bruh, if you're a black-owned businesses, just don't expect for us to give you our dollar just because you are a black-owned business." right? You actually have to offer something that's useful. I think that's a great message. I don't think that's a bad message, but hey, y'all let me know in the comment section. Do y'all agree with Tariq Nasheed or do y'all agree with Wallo? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here on my screen to find out. Charleston White reveals that this comedian is actually telling on Whack 100. He called the FBI on Whack. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.